Let's isolate the exact engineering shift happening right now within the high-performance electric grid. Affalterbach isn't just adapting to electrification, they're trying to weaponize it. This is the all-new Mercedes-AMG CLA 45 4MATIC Plus Electric. And right out of the gate, the powertrain telemetry is a massive departure from standard performance EV layouts. AMG has completely bypassed traditional single or dual radial motor configurations to drop a highly sophisticated three-motor matrix. Up front, a single motor manages the front axle, while the rear axle is driven by two independently controlled, ultra-compact axial flux motors. Because axial flux geometry forces magnetic flux parallel to the rotation axis, these units pack up to 4 times the torque density of traditional motors while shedding immense physical weight. The total calculated output? A ferocious 671 horsepower, paired with the reality bending 1,759 Newton-meters of instantaneous peak torque. That punches this compact cruiser from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in a flat 2.7 seconds. But heavy electrical muscle is completely useless if the underlying framework collapses under thermal load. AMG addresses this by utilizing a full 800-volt high-voltage electrical backbone. Look at the charging metrics. The CLA 45 electron volts ingests electricity at a blistering peak DC fast charging rate of 330 kilowatts. That allows the pack to recapture up to 270 kilometers of range in a flat 10 minutes. As for efficiency, when you step away from track mode telemetry and drop into comfort cruising, the aerodynamic profile delivers an impressive 416 miles of driving range under the WLTP testing cycle. AMG's advanced thermal management actively liquid cools both the stators and individual cell structures, ensuring that pulling repetitive, maximum launch starts won't trigger thermal throttling. Víc degesimilary elektrikli aeroklern rahonukraterabelermi? Now, let's confront the most controversial, highly debated element of this vehicle's entire blueprint. How do you replace the raw, chaotic, internal combustion soul of a legendary turbocharged four-cylinder? AMG's answer is a highly specialized haptic ecosystem called AMGForce S+. This isn't just a generic sound file pumped through the interior speakers. Mercedes has hardwired a literal, structural haptic system, essentially an ultra-precise vibrator framework, directly into the performance bucket seats. Linked to a complex matrix of 13 external and internal microphones, the AMGForce system actively shakes, rumbles, and pulses the physical cabin architecture to perfectly simulate engine idle frequencies, mechanical engine loads, and manual gear shift interruptions. When you pull the steering wheel paddle, the car intentionally cuts power telemetry for a fraction of a second, generating a physical, mechanical jolt through your spine to mimic a lightning-fast dual-clutch downshift, complete with synthesized digital exhaust pops and crackles. When you look past the mathematical datasheets to clinically analyze the physical sheet metal, the CLA 45 electron volts looks completely uncompromised. Offered in both a sweeping saloon silhouette and a highly aggressive, ultra-low shooting brake estate body style, this machine sits wide, low, and intensely planted on the asphalt. The front track has been heavily widened by an extra 24 millimeters compared to the standard Mercedes-Benz CLA model, stuffed tight with optional 20-inch Interlagos forged wheels and a prominent, raw shark nose front fascia. AMG has deployed their signature radiator grille with 10 vertical digital struts, completely shifting its visual presence away from a soft, generic EV commuter box into a muscular tarmac hunter. But the absolute highlight of the exterior geometry lives at the very bottom of the rear bumper. AMG has deployed what is officially the largest, most aerodynamically functional rear diffuser channel ever fitted to a compact AMG model. This is not a fake, cosmetic plastic trim piece designed for aesthetics. It works in absolute mathematical harmony, with a fully enclosed flat underbody tray and active radiator air fins up front that stay closed up to 250 kilometers per hour to manipulate air pressure zones. Furthermore, the rear architecture integrates an active rear spoiler on both the saloon and the shooting brake. This spoiler stays flush with the body during normal operations, but automatically adopts variable angles depending on the chosen drive program and longitudinal acceleration, generating massive, real-world downforce. This downforce pins the rear dual-axial flux motors directly to the tarmac, completely managing the vehicle's 2.3-ton mass to maximize corner exit vectoring. So, let's bring this technical breakdown to a definitive conclusion. Is the tri-motor Mercedes-AMG CLA 45 electron-volts an absolute engineering masterpiece, or a desperate, overcomplicated haptic gimmick? Let's be completely transparent. If you are a traditional purist who believes high performance must strictly stem from physical pistons, exploding fuel, and genuine gears, these seat-shaking haptics will feel entirely synthetic, maybe even borderline ridiculous. But look at the raw data. Beneath the theatrical vibrations lives a rigid platform packing real independent rear torque vectoring, cutting-edge axial flux motors, and a brutal 671 horsepower telemetry. It proves AMG is fighting hard to keep performance emotional in a digital era. I'm Ava. Tell me if these physical cabin vibrations win your vote, or if you prefer your EVs completely silent. Drop your thoughts below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right now, turn your notifications on, and I will see you in the next breakdown.